Jonas narrows his eyes slightly as he looks at Ophelia.
Quit looking at me like that. Dare.
Jonas is curious. But Dilnaz wishes to speak to you privately later.
As you wish.
But yes, Dilnaz suspects that it is now story time. Who is next?
I'll do it.
Go ahead, Cal.
Long ago, in the
All eyes
master.
are upon you, Cal.
Cal.
Okay, so to start with, I'm sure you heard about those. What's I don't even remember their names, but except for one, those champions selected by like each nation.
Yes. We had a rambunctious little unicorn go out on an adventure regarding this.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
would you be surprised that if I told you that the reason why I'm here is because of jealousy?
Really?
Kinda. You don't seem the type.
Dilnaz raises an eyebrow or an eye-ridge.
Okay, so back home in my homeland, we had this huge public announcement, big gathering, basically an open vote. Anyone could enter on who would be this champion to be chosen.
Dilnaz holds up a leg. One moment. What was this announcement given to your people?
About just before I left home. So
I think you said what it was.
What
Oh,
was
what it
the
was?
announcement?
it was saying that the predators have returned and that they need a champion to find the key.
Dilnaz's eyes get sort of wide, get a little wide when you say that.
So the rumors are true.
I would assume so if they had to do this.
Dilnaz had not heard of this. Interesting.
Well, anyone was able to put their name in. And so I did.
Were you chosen?
If I was, I wouldn't be here. In fact, the person who was actually chosen initially wasn't even allowed to enter her name.
So they cheated?
Apparently, after we all put our names in this drawing, and some of the strongest of us, and then the next morning, the names were supposed to be drawn. Apparently, over the course of the night, one person, I think her name was like Arizona or something, I can't really remember all that well anymore, snuck in and secretly put her name in when no one was looking. And so when her name popped up, quite a few people were mad. Some confused. And then a fight actually happened between her and I believe it was her dad, I don't know. And she whooped him.
Impressive.
People accepted her after that and sent her on her way, but I didn't like that one bit. Not the fact that she was chosen, but the fact that the way she went about it was really, really dishonest.
And her underhooved tactics disturb you then?
Yeah, that's about the best way to put it.
And what exactly
So-
are you doing out here then?
Well, the reason why I'm out here was because I figured that if she's supposed to go to someplace first, I figured, you know what? I can do this too. So, and I'm the type of person that when I get my mind set on something, it's really hard to change my mind.
We've seen it firsthand.
Perhaps to be expected from one of the prairie folk. No offense. Quite to the contrary.
Hold up
Dylan
one
has
second. So that's why I got this. Starts knocking on like my chest piece.
To be quite honest, you seem rather fit for this kind of life.
Huh?
To be quite honest, you seem rather fit for this kind of life.
Well, that's because I've come from a family of smiths, so I've been using this thing most of my life. Points to the hammer. Just so it builds up some muscle. And I also have to
I
make
assume so.
deliveries every now and then, so
So how exactly did you get to Bucknor anyway?
simply put, me just choosing a random direction and going.
Sounds about right. Almost the same as me.
Dylan chuckles. Dylan loves the prairie folk for that stubborn, tough, rugged. Dylan appreciates them. And when he has the opportunity, often employs them. As our resident cow goes silent.
A moment later.
Sorry about
Do we have
A moment later, Zhanghua comes back.
My
now
mic like went
sporting
mute for a second. I
a
don't know why.
now sporting like a cheaply like put together cloth eye patch over her left eye.
As a quick side note, Strider, do you wish to do any RP while you're in the medical tent, or do you wish to simply pass over that?
It was just Zhanghua going there, putting the eye patch over her eye, and then coming back.
Fair enough.
Man, I wish I had some coffee with this. Would have made it feel better.
Well, but yeah, my
Hmm.
parents they gave me this. My dad made me this, and then they handed me the hammer. And I just set off on my own way. I figured, you know what? I don't need to go to some special place. I could just set off on my own, and I just hit a random direction.
So,
Hmm.
so the armor you're wearing is made by your father, yes?
Yep, I'm really proud of it too. And
That's
not
ridiculous.
running again, making that dong sound.
That would explain all the garish dents, he says with a smile and a wink.
I look
Did
at
you hear
my-
that bang?
What?
Did you hear me make the bang noise?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, good. There you go. There's your sound effect.
Dylan simply waves one of his legs dismissively. Nothing, just simply having a bit of fun. Nothing.
So is this when Zhanghua
All right,
comes over?
Yep, now sporting a eye patch.
Darklight Master. I mean, nothing.
And well, and as you know, the rest is history.
Are you feeling
Ah.
better?
Yes, I just the pain subsided.
That's good. So
Oh.
you feeling up for a bit of story time over here?
I suppose.
By the way,
I guess-
That picture posted in general. Punish Zhanghua confirmed.
by the way, Snow, you're back, right, Benson?
Yeah.
Cool. If Eo or Snow wants to give Benson a chance to look at that book, now's a fine time.
Well, it's up to you.
It's in my possession now, and no.
Welcome back, Vincent. We thought your chin swallowed you up.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm not gonna let them do that. I'm fighting
Wait.
back.
We thought you became Ego Raptor with his incredible 9 shin technique.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Right. Yes, it appears it has become story time, and your friend the alpaca and the bovine here have shared their history, what has brought them to this point. Well, the question of which of you is next?
Jonas really does make the noise.
No, that was not
I suppose I can go next.
Sweet.
There's not really anything special to my life. I'm the daughter of a very powerful Longma in Huoshan. Not quite the Empress, but Papa's close. His name's Yun Jiayang. He runs the Order of the Silver Flame. A group of monks from all walks of life. There's not only Longma, but, well, others.
Does this order have a symbol?
She nods. I've got to go and get her.
Yes, of course.
Go get her
it
book of
has-
lore.
Of course, it has the symbol. Yeah, just go.
I've got
let
to
me
go
find it.
down. I've got to down
Jeez,
like
Ryder,
7.
you gotta have everything prepared beforehand.
I gotta go
Yeah.
down like 7 pages now.
Yeah, just let me find it over here on Google.com.
Let me just bring it up.
Give me a second. It's buffering. I mean, I'm looking around for it right now.
I'm pretty sure this
I
is
wonder
a.
if I can.
Hold up 1 second. Image failed to load.
Ah, that's right.
Looking up on Google.com. Tap, 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 tap.
I actually typed in Order of the Silver Flame into Google to see what came up.
You found
Anything good?
Well, I remember that apparently it's a religion in Eberron. Yeah. The Silver Flame is a religion in Eberron, the Eberron D&D setting.
Ah, all right.
Yeah, which I
I'll be
think is
right back.
5e.
Real quick.
There we go. Because Zhanghua is wearing kind of as like a neck.
Oh. Then if you're wearing it as a necklace, then what Dilnas would have said would have been slightly different. Specifically, Dilnas presumes that, he points to the necklace, is a symbol of your order, yes?
She nods, holding up her.
Oh. Alright, fair enough. Yes, Dilnas recognizes the symbol. He thinks he's had 1 or 2 from this order work for him. He thinks. Anyways, sorry, Dilnas did not mean to interrupt.
It's okay. Well, anyways, I've trained for years. The moment I was able to walk, Papa began to taught me how to train. The main, she pauses, you know of monastic traditions, correct?
Dilnas is relatively familiar.
Remind me?
Nope.
The best way to explain it is that they're unique fighting styles. There's many, but the ones the Order of the Silver Flame mainly teach is the way of the open hand.
What's a hand?
As a side note, I'm not gonna be really picky with this campaign. So if people say people or person or hand,
No, I'm just messing with them.
fair enough. Continue.
It's the way of the open hand, and for years my papa, he taught me how to perform this style. I may have not been the best student. She kind of looks around with her one eye that's not covered and immediately changes the subject. Anyways, about how long has it been? Months? A couple months ago, I completed my training and went on what our order calls the pilgrimage. We travel around Foenum, continuing our training, becoming stronger, until we're strong enough to return to the order for one final test.
How do you know you're ready?
We know.
That seems rather ambiguous.
Don't ask me. Even I don't understand. But when a warrior knows...
I don't think we'll ever understand, because I surely don't.
The best way I can explain it is when a warrior knows they've become as strong as they can be, it just, I don't know, a realization. This final test is a one-on-one battle with the Sifu, who just so happens to be my papa.
Ooh. Yikes.
So yeah, you did an epic duel with your father with an exploding volcano in the background.
It's gonna be great.
It's not like Star Wars in ancient prehistoric times.
And it's gonna end like, it's over. I have the high ground.
It's over. It's over, Papa. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. Jumps up, super kick into the volcano.
Please don't burn your papa's legs off.
I was gonna say that it's over. I have the high ground, but then he just flies up casually.
He just flies up.
It just goes to fly higher.
You what? He's like, what?
You what, boy?
Sorry, I can't hear you from down there.
Younghua, this is how planets get destroyed.
The final duel is actually just you guys sit down and play dive kick.
Exactly. Anyways,
Like, hold on,
continuing.
let me set up the PC.
Anyways, continuing. So I set out on my pilgrimage. I was going to head over to Rain first, but she looks down, kind of forms a very embarrassing blush on her face. It's kind of like looking away. In a very, very low voice, she says, I burned my map in my sleep.
Wait, OC, can we hear this, or do we have to make a check?
It's quiet, but not quiet enough for you to not hear it.
Oh, okay,
So
good.
you can all hear it.
Okay, then in that case. Sorry.
She's just kind of looking at you, just like doing that like angry puffy look.
He's glaring daggers at him.
Dumbass lets out a good-natured laugh, and looks over at Jean-Claude. Oh, Dilnes could tell you stories. Dilnes has been to the meadow only once, and it is because, well, Dilnes accidentally ate his own map. You see,
What?
You see, Dilnes does not typically drink much. You see, it is not wise for a merchant such as Dilnes to get too tipsy. And Dilnes learned this lesson at one particular party and consumed his map. And also fired his navigator.
And then I ate my navigator. I thought he was
He was delicious.
I thought he was alcohol too. I eat alcohol and I drink marijuana.
No, he injected one whole marijuana.
Yes. So,
Waiter, I'd like one whole marijuana.
after saying that, he sort of laughs, and if he was close enough, he'd sort of give you an overly enthusiastic pat on the back, but he's not quite close enough for that.
Okay.
So he laughs like, so do not worry, it happens to the best of us, and who the worst as well.
She just kind of quietly chuckles, clears her throat. Anyways, I didn't know where to go, so I just started walking the way I thought Arain was. Apparently, I went the complete other direction and wound up in the desert.
Was the sand not an indication of not being snow?
I've never been outside Hoshan my entire life. Sue me.
But I mean, doesn't Hoshan at least have like white ash falling sometime? It's close enough to snow, right?
No, it's hot, hot, melting, hot, slightly less hot.
So just about
Oh,
a
well,
summer
then in
back
that
in
case-
back in the prairie.
Yeah, that's. I wound up in the desert, met you losers. She
Hey.
says that part almost. It's clear she's saying that part jokingly.
Hmm.
I kind of like nudge her a bit with my shoulder, I guess.
And the rest is history.
It's clear to me that you all need a navigator.
Hey,
Well,
I did have a navigator.
It's not that I didn't.
Except for the fact that it was a supernatural being made of fire.
It's not that I didn't need a navigator. It's that I didn't want one.
Dilnaz smiles and looks at Ophelia. So Dilnaz takes it. So Dilnaz presumes you came to Bacanor voluntarily.
Yes, I was actually just passing through. I didn't purposefully mean to get caught up in all the hullabaloo.
In that case, why don't you go next?
Fine.
No, if I can break out a character really quick, if I can
What?
go next, that would be pretty great because I may or may not have to leave soon.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
You would, you sheep.
I figured that the sheep would like to talk first.
Fair enough.
Dilnaz is actually quite curious about you, our little sheep friend. Not strike Dilnaz as typical.
It's not anything special, but I mean, I was raised in the meadow, just like Io, but I never saw him. That was weird. Then I grew up to live on my own, and I got my own 3 pups: Casper right here, the little white one; Buddy, the black one; and Lily. Oh, they're my dogs, and I love them.
Oh.
It was just one day out in the market, and this unicorn came to my door. What was it was what he was gonna be? Well, he was soon to be my master, my trainer, and everything that I know of magic now, Mr. Tarragon. He told me that he was been searching for me because I am related to this very old unicorn, powerful one too. His name was I can't remember the name. It was Adolf? Adiolf?
Wait. Hold on, Benson. How does that genetics work?
I don't know. I don't believe it either until he showed me and this weird family tree. I'm not gonna get into it. Anyway, he took me from my home and took me back to his own place where the unicorns live. And for a full year, he's been training me and teaching me because I supposedly have a legacy or a journey to do where Adolf used to tame the wolves, the beasts, when they were trying to be sealed away. I have that same ability with my dogs, and well, everything was going fine. I was learning magic, and it was really great. But one day they found us out. The Order of the Horn found about me. They took my master, and they were about to take me until I ran away, and I ran, and I ran until my legs couldn't do it no more, and that's when I passed out. And it wasn't until these two nice cows took me into their bookkeep, and I was there helping them. That is until two bandits knocked me out and left me almost for dead. That's when I was able to find you guys, or you found me technically.
Heavens.
Dang,
Jeez.
you've been through some stuff.
A
Sophia,
little.
Yes?
as a side note, yes, you've heard about this. You didn't know it was a sheep, but you do remember hearing there was a hubbub of it. It was basically a scandal that someone whose name now rings a bell had taken on an unauthorized student, and the order was throwing a huge hissy fit. And apparently, there was a lot of rumors flying out what happened, what was going to happen, all that jazz. But suffice to say, you do remember there was ripples, and now you know the source of it all.
I
Anyway,
am
sorry.
Scandalous.
No, that's fine.
I've heard of this story. I had no idea it was you. Of all, what an odd coincidence.
It is. This whole group is an odd coincidence if you think about it.
Not quite following. What's an odd coincidence? Sorry, I kind of blacked out for a second.
It's an odd coincidence that all of these people know each other from like stories from their own races, really.
And it's also this
Well, I
kind
meant to
of
say
coincidence
that
we all
again,
kinda-
but also thank you.
also kind of coincidence that we all just kind of met and we happened to be the ones to stop a giant crime ring.
I still have no idea how we did that.
Man, it sounds like something out of a comic book or some kind of board game.
Almost like some kind of tabletop adventure.
John Ledger shrugs. We're just good.
Honestly, it was all rather stupid that we even went through this, but I suppose that it does build character.
I get it. Anyway,
Mm,
As everyone groans.
anyway. Hey, OC, quick question: has Dilnaz's servants brought that pan and corn kernels yet?
Yes.
Okay, so I put corn kernels in the pot, lightly put like a little rag over it, and put it right in the fire.
I would have laughed if he said right on Zhanghua's head.
No, I was tempted to, but I knew you were gonna be like pissed off. Anyway, so soon enough you start to hear.
I would have encouraged it. I would have
I mean,
encouraged it.
Oh,
It's-
okay. Then
it's
in that
not
case,
proper-
I go
it's
and put
not
it over
proper to
someone's
ass-
face.
It is not proper to assume a longbow wishes to be the source of to boil your water.
Yeah. So anyway, so if you're all right with it, then I'm down. You good?
Out of game, I love it.
In character, however.
In character, she might be a little peeved.
In character, we might end up with a
Oh.
There
tail.
you go. That's why I went with the regular flame.
Indeed.
So pretty like after a couple seconds you start hearing. I don't have anything I could make like a popcorn
I'm so glad.
popcorn noises. But anyways, you start to hear popping noises, and you see Eo just kind of like shuffling, shammying the pot over the fire, get that even flame. And anybody gonna ask why I'm making popcorn? Like in character, I mean.
Oh, in case I know all about the pop of the corn of the pop variety.
Dilnaz finds your stories and your merging paths most interesting. There must be either this is all profound coincidence, or perhaps there is some other force at work. This is a strange world we live in, full of strange mysteries and magic.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Perhaps
So perhaps.
You guys remember that divination card?
yes.
Yeah, I still have it.
Well, we showed Dilnas.
How about no? I'm just kidding, Sonny. All right, let me just let me finish up with my corn pops.
Dilnaz
Pop,
cocks his
pop,
head
pop,
slightly.
Corn pops are
pop, 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 pop. We're good. All right.
So,
All right. So once I'm good, I just kind of set the pot right down next to where I was sitting, reach into my bag, bring out the divination card, and hand it over to Dunaz.
Dilnaz takes it as his
We
trunk.
found that randomly.
Looks at it carefully. Turns it over, looks to the backside, looks to the front. You did not have this made. You found it, yes?
Yep.
Yep.
Where did you find it?
In those bandit stronghold, in like a room with a bunch of
Not.
their
Yeah, like
stash room.
back when Sandy was still alive, we found it then.
Dilnaz knows some friends in the capital who might be able to make heads and tails of this.
I've already contacted someone that I might know at Rain, who might know something about it as well.
No, I mean, if you know someone who might know, by all means, you could show them it. Two heads are better than one.
Unfortunately, these friends are not in Dilnaz's current company. Although Dilnaz is loath to hold on to such a memento. After all, Dilnaz, if Dilnaz recalls correctly, he's taking you to the Valley of Three Winters. Unfortunately, Dilnaz's business will continue on after that. Unless you wish for me to hold on to it until you arrive at the capital.
I'll hold on to it.
He hands it back.
Anyway, I think we're getting a little off topic here, so
Yeah, so back on topic. Anybody want some corn pops?
so I turned to Ophelia. So, how about you tell us how you got to bike anymore? Because I don't think you shared yet.
Whoa. Who'd you say this to?
Ophelia.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's what I figured. I was just like, I wasn't sure. Okay. Well, as I was saying earlier, I was merely just passing through. I was actually on my way towards the capital of Rain. But it seemed that I got mixed up with all of these shenanigans. Well, I suppose I should start my story with the fact that of this fact that you already know, that I can't seem to use magic very well.
That's actually, as you say that, this actually gets a bit of a reaction from Dilnaz. He sort of like leans back a little and is surprised, like, But
Yeah,
nothing
something
else.
to say, elephant.
Well, you see Colorado does not said knowingly, as I know.
Dilnaz has not encountered many unicorns, let alone unicorns who are not magically skilled. Dilnaz means no offense. He just simply finds it fascinating.
Yes, well, I don't.
Dilnaz means
sorry.
no. Dilnaz means no harm in his words.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just it's a sensitive topic for me.
Dilnaz nods.
Yeah. I don't know why. I guess I was just born this way. Ever since a very young age, I'd always wanted to be a good mage, but my skills in magic just were not up to par with the rest of my classmates. I was shunned by everyone I knew. So yeah. Colorado's weird like audio things just creep me out a bit. Okay.
Sorry. I don't know what's causing it because I'm like literally sitting still.
All right. So, growing up, I wasn't much of a socialite. I guess after years and years of this kind of treatment, I just decided to go out on my own, see the world, try to get away from those other unicorns. I'm sorry. It's a hard topic for me.
We
I can
understand.
only imagine. I mean, just think if I was in your place, if I was a cattle who was like physically really weak.
That's why I find it so odd that I come across not one, but two non-unicorn species who seem to be very adept at magic. I was honestly rather curious why. I'm glad you told me your stories.
Yes, you're welcome.
I mean, I never knew I was gonna be magic. I thought I was just a simple sheep.
I know. It's rather odd. None of this seems like it should be. Yet all of us meet together.
But we did. And now we're here.
Quite. Colorado! Okay.
He's ruining the beautiful moment.
Dilnaz,
Okay, I think I know where the weird audio cues are coming from on my end.
Ah, cool.
Because my roommate and my brother kind of like are walking all over the house getting ready to leave.
Mm.
So it's probably like just picking up like little bits and pieces of that.
Good riddance to the lot of them.
Get out of my house.
Get out of here.
Dilnaz looks at Ophelia appraisingly.
I kind of like scowl at the elephant for a bit and then just like go back to a neutral face.
Yes, Dilnaz would like, if you wish, Dilnaz would like to speak to you privately later.
As you wish.
Yeah. I suppose Dilnaz supposes it's only fair. The Waller shared your stories, Dilnaz should share his.
Yay, backstory! This is the point I've been looking forward to. This is the point where we get the reveal that Dilnaz is actually Dumbo.
Oh,
As they
So
flap,
that's why.
I was half expecting to hear
it's
like
like
a collection of
he starts his story with like, I'm not actually Dilnaz, I'm the Devourer.
he
No,
flaps,
it's like
flaps his
thought
ears
it
and
was
peace
Dil-
out, dogs.
It's like you thought it was Dylan, but it was me, Dio.
Oh,
Goodbye, Jojo.
He just starts flying away. He's like, goodbye, Jojo.
Suddenly accent change and everything.
Mostly, if you get the reference, if I gave you the secret gift that Corvine gave me, you'd be able to be Dumbo.
I didn't see the secret gift.
He rips off his disguise and reveals his true identity. Oh, he was Waldo.
We found him.
I
found him! I finally found him!
I'm not actually Dylan. I'm actually a horse. In fact, I'm not even a horse. I'm a broom. Lip.
I can't even
That's a
believe
reference
this
to something.
happened.
Well, I'm not
Any
actually
case.
Colorado. I'm actually Dylan.
Yeah, well, I'm
All
not
the characters
actually
rip
Eo.
off
I'm
disguises.
actually- Everybody's just ripping off their disguises. I'm not actually Eo. I'm actually Ophelia.
And then Ophelia ripped off her
I'm
mask.
not actually Zhang Hua. No, like John was like, I'm not actually Zhang Hua. I'm.
I'm not actually Sandy. I'm a corpse.
Oh, no.
I'm not actually. I was like, I'm not actually Commander Sandy. You've been reading my name wrong. It's Commander Zombie.
No.
Oh no! Yeah, give me the brains.
Give me your brains.
Oh, what a great song that is. Oh, Voltaire. Anyways, Dona takes a deep draw, lets that out again, and his eyes get slightly distant. Dona recalls when he was young. It's not much bigger than you, my bovine friend.
You know, you actually came in small size.
It's like, when I was young and 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that.
He chuckles slightly. Sure, you've noticed that his kin are rather large. We're not a smaller species, no. When Dylan was young, he was actually apprenticed to a blacksmith and did not last long. Part of the problem was Dylan was a bit too big, you see. Dylan's parents, his mother passed in Dylan's arrival. His father always wanted his family to be successful, to have lots of money and to have influence. Unfortunately, Dylan's father was not a kind soul. Dylan's father was of the belief that money and power should come at any cost. Did not believe in the value of friendship. No, he didn't. And Dylan's father did well for himself. He managed to create a nice fabric. That's what he sold and made for a long time. Unfortunately, his father could never keep anybody employed for a long time. And those who stuck around were miserable. Dylan was not happy with being a child to such a man. And when the inevitable conflict came between child and parent, he sent Dylan to be an apprentice. Apprentice did not work. Dylan's father did not think things through. It's hard for an elephant to be an apprentice to a bovine smith. It was difficult for me to get in there and to do my job. So, after Dylan left that, Dylan returned to his father, a little wiser for the world. Dilnes's master had been harsh. Dilnes at this time was not a kind soul. No. Dilnes was hardened by the world and bitter. So Dilnes's father attempted to teach Dilnes the way the world really works. Attempted to make him as he is. Dilnes, for a time, agreed and was like that, and worked with for his father. Dilnes's father always said we were partners, but no, it was not so. It was not true. Dilnes did not see much profit from that enterprise. No, it wasn't until he looks up at a young alpaca. He joined our ranks. Now, Dilnes had encountered your kin before, and they'd always been so sad and hard and heavy. This young alpaca was different. Was sort of bubbly and happy. Dilnes didn't understand. The world was a cold, hard, cruel place. Any ungulate to be happy and cheerful. So Dilnes decided to try and stamp out this happiness. After all, that's what Dilnes's father taught him to do. Although not in so many words. No. Dilnes's father believed that happiness was how did Dilnes's father put it? Happiness is a disguise for insincerity, as he would love to say.
And what happened?
Well, over time, Dilnes got to know this alpaca, and despite Dilnes's attempt at stamping it out, the alpaca refused to change. So Dilnes began to question. Dilnes began to wonder, is the world such a cold, hard place? So this alpaca and Dilnes began to visit places we would start taking wares, Dilnes's father's wares, to various locations to distribute them. And sometimes, if Dilnes didn't tell his father, to sell them. See, Dilnes's father did not think Dilnes was a very good salesman. And Dilnes's father was sort of right for a while. But always this alpaca was happy. This alpaca was good-natured and friendly. And Dilnes began to see that when you have friends, when you have people who remember you and trust you, that the world is not a cold, dark, hard place, but that if you yourself are the light that warms the darkness, then ungulates come to that light. They look for that light, they long for that light, and if you provide that light of friendship and love, then they begin to glow themselves. And like a fire burning through a forest, not the best analogy Dilnes admits, but eventually the darkness becomes lit. There's always a stiff breeze to snuff out the candles, but enough of them together, the breeze cannot do it. Over the years, Dilnes began to change. Dilnes began to see that ungulates were more important than prophets, you see. And Dilnes began to distrust his father. Finally, when Dilnes had come of age, well, a little beyond that actually, he approached his father and told him of the many wonderful lessons he had learned. That those, when you give your customers love, affection, and caring and friendship, when you build rapport and you leave friends wherever you go, business becomes a pleasure. It becomes an opportunity to see old friends and to explore wonderful new places and to have fantastic, wonderful experiences. How do you think Dilnes's father responded?
Poorly?
Indeed. Dilnes's father laughed in his face, and not a humorous kind of laugh. No. It was a cutting, scathing laugh. One meant to prove my idiocy and to cut me down. Dilnes learned at that time exactly what kind of person Dilnes's father was, and realized there was no love or affection to be had from him. Dilnaz is sad. So sad about that, but Dilnaz now has many friends and many. Dilnaz has learned, as he uses his wealth to not build only his own fortune, for Dilnaz will not lie. I do enjoy being wealthy. It is a thing I have worked very hard to establish, and Dilnaz has put many, many sleepless nights into. But also, he's realized that as he spends his money on friends, it helps to lift people and to make lives better. They remember Dilnaz. And not only are they willing to do business with Dilnaz, but they themselves, their own business gets better. Dilnaz recalls a few merchants, an ostrich worker, yes, Dilnaz remembers, who was miserable with her life, just offered and made terrible armor as a result. Well, okay, it was passable armor. It wasn't the best armor. Dilnaz began to know this, and Dilnaz saw some potential. So Dilnaz tried his best to improve their life, to make them happier, to improve their lot in life. Dilnaz bought them food from time to time, them to lovely places. Over time, they warmed up, and as they got happier, Dilnaz knows their wealth began to improve. It was no longer some sort of unfortunate tedium, some sort of curse to be living this life of craftsmanship, but a blessing, an opportunity to put one's heart into it. And now, Dilnaz contracts exclusively with this ostrich worker when Dilnaz needs ostrich armor. Well, this crafts their child. They have grown old now and no longer can create, but they pass on the skills to the next generation. Dilnaz is happy to see that. So, Dilnaz has learned that to be good, to be kind to others is greater than wealth itself, and so Dilnaz travels the lands, not only to get wealthy, but also to see things and to put smiles onto the faces of others. Dilnaz doesn't always succeed. No offense with your kin, dear alpaca, but it appears you're not genetically inclined to smile. It appears to be a heritage of your peoples to not smile.
Arresting.
None taken. I never really knew them anyway.
So that is Dilnaz's story. Oh, yes. Dilnaz is fond of Bacanor because, well, Dilnaz discovered Bacanor a good 10 years ago. Maybe 12. It was a simple stop. Bacanor, honestly, Bacanor is more of a pit stop than anywhere else. It sits there between two fairly important destinations. But Dilnaz had been hurt, actually. It was Dilnaz did not have the guard retinue that you see now. No. Guards are expensive. And Dilnaz had been injured. And Dilnaz did not have a lot of money. Dilnaz met Sandy, who took care of Dilnaz. So Dilnaz grew to love. He stayed there for longer than was necessary. Got to know the young lady who lived there, who stayed, who called it home. Never before had Dilnaz tarried in such a small place long enough. And usually Dilnaz didn't bother with small places there. Dilnaz is a merchant, and he recognizes that small places aren't the best for business, you see. Bacanor was different. Bacanor taught Dilnaz that there is value to be had even in small places. So, Dilnaz sees Bacanor as one of his many homes.
That was a nice story.
So yes, and
That's a backstory for a character we're probably never gonna see again.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna see him again. We made sure of this.
Yes, I need to kill him eventually.
Also realize there's an alternate universe where Dilnaz is a jerk. Do you just in this alternate you walk into the tent? Oh, welcome to Dilnaz's shop. Buy your stuff and get out.
No. You know what happens in that alternate universe is that Dilnaz is a jerk and Eeyore doesn't suspect a thing, even though Dilnaz is clearly murdering people in the back.
He's stabbing someone in front of Yeah, don't mind me. This guy owes me 2 gold, so I'm taking it out on his guts.
Well, you know, a promise is a promise, so I mean, I guess it's only fair.
Yeah.
You do
You
nothing
want to
wrong.
buy this knife? It's a good knife. I'll give it to you for a platinum.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it looks like a very good knife. I mean, it's cutting through that guy's head really easily. So, I think I'll take it.
I think you have it wrong. It's more like, hey, this guy owed me a copper piece. Need payback.
Give me my money. I swear I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in your mud hole. That doesn't make no sense. You owe me money. I'm gonna take my money.
Wait, so how come in the alternate universe, like Dilnaz is kind of like a hick or like a redneck?
Alternate universe still that's from the equivalent of Alabama.
In an alternate universe, Alabama and her father run a crime rink. They run a monopoly that suppresses all small businesses.
Actually, just a monopoly.
We gotta get those 4 railroads. It's a cash cow. No offense.
No, all the offense is intended.
Hey, son, you standing at my park place. I'm building a hotel. You gotta give me money. You see this knife? It was in it, guy. I'll put it in you. You don't give me my money.
All right, we're getting way off track here.